The Mudra That Made a Difference, an Adventures of a Deeper Song video. Mudras move energy. We know them mostly because they deepen our meditation. But they can balance your energy at any time, so you can slip a mudra into any part of your day. A mudra can be used to give control over your emotions if you're excited or scared or fearful. You can move your hands into a mudra and make a difference in how you feel. You can center yourself in an instant. Mudras make a difference, and I want to tell you particularly about one mudra that got me started on all of this interest in how mudras make a difference. I'm Cara Lumen, explorer, spiritual philosopher, and founder of the Deeper Song community. And I'm here to invite you to help you sing a deeper song. This work is a journey of self-awareness and spiritual expansion and impactful service. I help you sing a deeper song by helping you believe in your own value and trust in your own gifts. I help you express your passion in a unique manner and build something meaningful around your wisdom and expertise. So what is a mudra? A mudra is a spiritual gesture. It's a hand gesture usually. And mudras are used to influence the flow of prana or chi energy in your body. You'll find them in the traditions of Hinduism and Buddhism, and you'll see them in the statues and paintings. Look at the Buddha statues, look at the Kuan Yin statues, look at all the statues, and they have different hand positions. Those are mudras, and they have meaning. You'll also find mudras used in yoga and martial arts and dance because they are a way to move energy and to signal energy. Mudras are very powerful all the time, but I want to particularly talk about how we're going to use them in meditation. Let me tell you a little bit about my mudra exploration. I learned transcendental meditation with TM 50 years ago. That was my first really diving into the meditation field. They did not have a mudra. They had a mantra, which is a word. And that word is what you were focused on. And each word was given and chosen specifically for that particular person. Very secretive, very well. You know, Paul McCartney and all the Beatles did that. And is Maharishi. That was a long time ago. But I've done that for a really long time. So I've always done meditation in one form or another. You'll find mudras in yoga. I was taking a lot of yoga in New York City and even became a yoga teacher. And there's the mudra of greeting is the one you'll see a lot, the hands together and in sort of a forward bow. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I noticed it there. I had a wonderful experience in New York City at the Museum of Natural History. Some Buddhist monks came to do a sand painting. And every morning they would get together and they would meditate. And I would go up early and there was a place for us to sit behind them. And the energy was incredible. I mean, it radiated off of them. And then, of course, they took that meditative experience and feeling into this sand painting, which is simply a matter of shaking little bits of colored sand onto a round table that made a design, a mandala. But at one point during the break, they taught us their particular mudra. It was kind of complex. And I think I've forgotten how to do it. And I don't think I learned it very well, but I think I found it since then. But they had a particular way to hold their hands that helped them deepen their meditation. So that was fun. Mudras are used in meditations, and I think that's the first place you find them. We'll talk about the beginning one in just a moment. But I want to also share this story in a moment about the mudra that made a difference, because there was a big one. So let me talk about the chakra system a minute. This is how I interpret the energy flow. I first began to interpret energy when I was reading crystals or holding crystals in my left hand. That's the receptive hand. And then seeing where it went. And my way of interpreting was to see which chakra I felt it in my body, with the crown or the third eye or the throat or the heart or whatever. And that's how I interpret and still do interpret, I guess, and place a value on some of these mudras. This is how I find out how they affect me. So here's the basic hand position for meditation. First of all, I've been on the floor for about a zillion years, so sit in a chair. Floor, you can do cross-legged, that's fine. Just don't let it stop you. Sit in a chair, and your palms open and your hands, your thumb touching your index finger. This is the basic hand position to start with for meditation. And just start there. What this does is align the energy up and down your spine. So that's a very powerful one. You can do your entire meditation with this one. I ended up experimenting, and I began to change positions, and this is the one that blew me away. I saw this one and tried it, and when I put my fingers in this particular position, the energy went straight to my third eye. This is the mudra that made a difference for me. This is the mudra that said, whoa, maybe I get to do more than one mudra in the course of my meditation. So it turns out, this is the interpretation of this, is its connection to source. It's called supreme enlightenment. So why would it not be a good one? Anyway, this is the mudra that made a difference. It blew me away. It was so powerful. This happens to be the classic meditation pose. You can have one hand in the other with your thumbs touching. I have learned Falun Gong and other forms of Qi energy, Qigong, and it makes a difference whether you're male or female, which hand goes on the bottom. I experimented with this, and for me, the left hand on the bottom feels different and better for me. And that being receptive, and that being the left side, and being the female side, that makes sense. The Tibetans suggest that you play with the interconnection of your fingers and practice touching them in different ways. So there's two ways to do this. This is the classic pose for meditation. So here we've got the three that I tried. I just want to suggest to you in this whole video to experiment with these mudras and find the one that works for you. We have the classic one that you start out with. This is the one that blew me away, which is this one that I practice secondly. However, that has your hands upright, which doesn't make for a very relaxed meditation. And then finally, the classic meditation pose that you put in your lap, which you can relax and stay for a long time. I move through all three of these, as it turns out. Don't know whether you're supposed to do that or not, but that's what I do. So here's my whole suggestion for this video. I want you to experiment. Experiment connecting different fingers and different combinations of fingers, particularly in the one that's holding them in your lap with your one hand above the other. When you move your fingers, when you hold a mudra, feel the Qi energy, feel the generation of it. Now, it's very subtle, and you're going to have to tune into it, and maybe you have to use your chakras to feel it, but feel the generation of Qi, and feel the balance that happens in your body from using this. As I say, use your chakras to figure this out, to notice where it shows up, and do your own version of an interpretation of it. You can use your mudras throughout your day to make a difference. I have many statues of Buddha around. I'm not a Buddhist, I'm a Taoist. But the Buddha statue reminds me to be still and go within, and I need that around a lot. So this is a sign of compassion and generosity, and it occurred to me that this would be a lovely mudra to use to yourself in a mirror. So you stand in front of the mirror and you put your hands in this position and say, I love you, I appreciate you, I support you, whatever you want to do as far as an affirmation, and then just stand there and feel yourself giving love to yourself. Anyway, this is a mudra of compassion and generosity, and I like to see the idea of using it in a mirror. This one blew me away. I was looking for pictures for this particular video, and I found this one, and I put my hands in this position and immediately felt this huge sense of centeredness flowing through my body. I looked it up, and it's deep peace, so this makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? This is a mudra that you could slip into your day. If you were sitting in a meeting and it was tense, you could put your hands in this position and no one would ever know. If you were about to give a talk and were nervous, you could put your hands in this position and people would not know. Play with this one and notice what it does for you and see where you want to put it in your day. This is the greeting mantra that you'll see in the yoga classes and around. Often people bow with this. I use the word namaste with it, which means the light within me honors the light within you. So this is, again, a mudra of greeting, of welcoming. Use mudras to help bring you balance and serenity in your life. Help you be centered in your connection with all that is. Look how balanced that stone is, sitting there silently sending out the ripples of their life. Use your mudras to feel that balance and serenity. I hope I made you think. If you're leaving with a few insights that make a difference in your life, I invite you to subscribe to this video series and set aside 10 minutes to listen when they come, and then reflect, and then journal what you find. Figure out how to apply what resonates with you. It will help you sing your deeper song. Will you join the Deeper Song community? We are a group of spiritually inquisitive explorers who seek to live more deeply. We're learning to walk beside others in service. We are passionate about our work, and we want to make a difference in the lives of others. We're thought leaders who are self-aware, introspective, curious, and very willing to change. You can find us at passionatelyonpurpose.com. Until next time, this is Carl Lumen inviting you to come sing a deeper song.